final between Essendon and the West Coast Eagles. The Bombers won the minor premiership with only 5 losses for the season, but the 2 weeks off prior to the second semi left them looking underdone. They'll be keen to regain their sharpness. The Eagles are fresh from their first ever finals win, and another today will see them become the first interstate team to make the grand final. Collingwood awaits the winner, and so do we, as the last Saturday in September unfolds on 7 Sport. Good evening and welcome to the preliminary final between the West Coast Eagles and Essendon at VFL Park. Well, the West Coast teams played a few ducks and eagles perhaps in their selection, because Peter Malesso was named in the side, got stripped before the game, but was replaced in the team by Todd Breeman. Interesting for Essendon that Derek Kickett and Michael Long started the game on the bench after disappointing performances last week. 55,813 people were out there in beautiful spring weather at VFL Park, and we pick up the game at the opening bounce. The commentators out there for us, Peter Landy, Dennis Cometti and Bernie Quinlan.
First quarter of the 1990 AFL preliminary final from VFL Park. The West Coast Eagles going right of screen. No real advantage here this afternoon. Thompson, a fresh air shot. Ball shuffled out of the pack, but the whistle has already been blown by the umpire. And we'll see another bounce just wide of the centre circle. Good sunshine. A couple of clouds around today. We couldn't wish for better conditions. Madden has a big run at the ball. So too does Laurie Keane. They both missed it. Brennan. Short kick to half forward, and Jackson. Pigeon-toed forward, still inside the square, but he can kick the ball a long way. Oh, he should have got it moving a lot quicker than this.
Taking much too long, Peter. Simon Madden down in the goal square.
They could have built a block of flats in the goal square with the time he took. Ball punched clear. Thompson gets the rebound from Hamilton. McKenna, notice with that arm pretty heavily bandaged. Cransberg. Good hand pass. Harvey a little slow and got shirt fronted for his trouble. Laurie Keane tried for the torpedo, didn't quite get onto it, and the end result, Marco free kick to the Bombers. It'll be taken by Madden. He's paid the mark, obviously.
I think we'll see a lot of that today too. Simon Madden dropping back, helping out in defence.
Danaher, actually one of 3. Must be just about a record for a preliminary final. Cransberg taking the pass from Anthony towards centre wing, and Kemp. Short kick, only travels about 35 metres down towards right half forward. Chris Danaher this time nearly brushes the tackle. Short kick up the centre wing.
He's on the mark. He's on the wing. Down towards half forward. Worsfold in best position. Free kick off the ball. Going to Scott.
Phil Scott has the job on Paul Salmon. Lockyer picking up Paul Vanderhaar.
Scott out wide. Great mark there taken by Grenville. That was a beauty between 2 Eagles. Recruited from South Australia. He's on the centre wing. Quite sunny day. The ground in glorious condition. Grenville plays on. Kicks towards centre half forward. O'Donnell knocked on by Vanderhaar. Lockyer leading back in the race, assisted by Mainwaring, who breaks away from half-back, kicks towards centre wing. Jackson's the target out there. He's outnumbered. Well done by Chris Danaher. From centre wing towards half-forward. The Eagles have got the numbers. Worsfold over the top. Well taken by Nubble. Brennan. High kick towards the boundary. A good one. And McKenna gets a fitness test.
Yes. Seemed to wear it okay. Doing a Darren Mullane. He was at a match out. Certainly looked that way. Surely.
Too early by Jackson.
Carried on. Madden, veterans combining. Madden at centre field. Over the hand pass. Gets it back again from Thompson. Not a long kick up towards half forward. Spawn with the punch. Pios with courage out of defence. Bounce doesn't favour Madden. Lewis and Heady. Heady with Madden. Waterman, who's played well in recent matches. Danaher. This is Terry. Short pass. Thompson, one of their better players last week, Bomber Thompson. Towards midfield. That's a strong grab by the skipper. Watson will need him starting today. In the half forward and Salmon. Couldn't quite take the mark. That's a free kick. Not Lockie will take it right on the defensive 50-metre line. Goes for the hand pass. Pios. Transferring play to the member stand side. And what he's taken could be a match winner. Chris Lewis chips it short. Turley, likewise in great form last week. Again, short, down to half forward. And the recruit of the year, Brett Heady. Short kick again. The Eagles with plenty of use of the ball. Jackson, his third possession so far. Too far out to score.
Taking a long time again too, Peter. Not sure what to do.
Sumic on a lead and marks.
Madden was back again, but bad play by Essendon. They didn't fill the hole there.
And Sumic on his right side. Remember the behind he kicked to level the scores in the qualifying final. That was on the other side of the ground from closer in. He draws the ball. Going out to the left.
He should make the distance, Pete, from there.
Kicking right on 50. Ball decision. Straight through to behind. And that's the opening score. Here at VFL Park. One behind of the Eagles. It was over 5 minutes to get it.
Some precision passing in the build-up. Just under 20 minutes remaining in the first term. Punched away by Turley. Begovic has got the run of it towards the boundary line. Thompson confronted him. Kransberg went by the ball. It socked off the ground. Out of bounds on the full by Begovic. Buick to take the free kick.
Chris Lewis is opposed to Thompson of Essendon, so that should be a very good duel as centre line players.
Buick high towards centre wing. Brennan through his hands. Worsfold, good presence of mind. Back towards half forward with courage. Madden went in, couldn't hang on. Grenvold to Terry Danaher. This is Anderson though, going the other way. Forward of half back. Kicks long towards half forward. Salmon comes out in front. Strong mark, Paul Salmon. Big roar.
Tremendous mark in front, Paul Salmon. Played a great game last week. Essendon's best player.
He's a long kick, but this time he goes short. Mainwaring getting back, sensing the danger, got a hand to it. Thumped towards the boundary line by Lockyer, and it will be thrown in. Tight start this one. The prize, as Peter said earlier, a place in the grand final. Scott wins it forward. Watson shrugs the tackle. Great goal.
Skipper's goal. Essendon scoring first blood. 1-1. The one behind.
As you would expect in a finals game with this amount of pressure, very hard to kick goals early in the match. Both defences have been on top. Paul Salmon doing a good job in the ruck and leading well from full forward. And that's the style of play we have come to expect from Tim Watson. He didn't have much dash last week, but I'm sure he'll be keen to play a much better game this week.
Keane and Madden to contest the centre bounce after the goal by Watson. 18.5 minutes left in the opening term. Great start by the Bombers. And the two big men go at it. Neither gets a decisive tap out. Kransberg leading in the race. Gets a good shepherd. Langdon taken off it. The stalemate developing. Ball slapped into the open spaces for Pios to gather. Right on the boundary line. And predictably didn't get too much distance with the kick. It's out of bounds, but it's an Essendon free kick for Thompson, who so far has taken the points from Chris Lewis.
Well, must have been a trip there, Dennis.
That's what he paid.
Very strange.
Salmon and Thompson, two of the better Bomber players last week. Van der Haar has it punched clear. Loose ball again. Oh, Van der Haar kicks it off the ground. Turley in front. Izard, short kick. Lockyer. Hart has to be quick. He does to get clear from Harvey. Anderson in pursuit. Won't catch him. Ball delivered out wide. 2 on front, or 2 on 1 in favour of Essendon. Grenvold. Chris Danaher. Went for the hand pass to his brother. Ultimately effective. Terry Danaher up the centre wing. The Eagles not to forward the ball this time because it's Izard who nearly get corrected by Turley, and that's a strong mark taken by Worsfold, who's done well in the finals. David Hart inside his defensive 50-metre line, kicks to centre wing. The Eagles breaking down at the moment across the half-forward line. Langdon too fast for Kransberg. He gets taken out by Lewis. Good bump, hip and shoulder it was. Heady, well tackled. Gets rid of the ball just in time. Jackson and Buick. Langdon Too far out the score. Wobbly kick off the boot. Hamilton punches clear from Waterman. Chris Danaher goes for the boundary line and now gets his kick in from Anthony at once. Anderson, one of the favourites for the Brownlow, who didn't play as well as many people expected. Begovic, hurried hand pass, and the Eagles doing things hurriedly at the moment. This is Hart. Madden sets himself. Great mark by the Vic.
They're going to ship it off the ball there. Madden paid the mark. Chris Danaher's in trouble. Well played to Madden. He started very well. Kicks towards centre wing. Watson's in front. He wore one there. That hurt.
That did hurt too, Dennis. He was playing on a very tough player in Johnny Worsfold. Let's have a look at that again. Yeah. There was a fist coming around, and I think he was attempting to knock the ball away.
Free kick to the Eagles on the outer side, meantime, against Buick for a throw. Worsfold. McKenna doesn't look right. Well played, though. Worsfold close to the boundary line, and we've got a throw in. Harvey comes off the ground. Long is on. Pulsating start this one. Vast pressure. Madden. Chris Danaher, was he tripped? Not according to the umpire. Clever hand pass. Buick, standing start, kicks towards half forward. Brennan almost the mark. Strong tackle by Long. Lockyer, who's doing well in defence, in trouble that time. Kemp hurriedly on the boot. Hart couldn't take the mark. Izard shovels it out. O'Donnell, now a chance for Thompson. Back to O'Donnell. Chip pass is good. Watson can run in and goal. He's 40 metres out. Lewis is closing. He draws the defender. Salmon. Goal. They get their second. Essendon 2 straight. The Eagles are behind.
First, but Watson's had a hand in them. The Bombers by 11 points at VFL Park. They're doing well. Pios. Still the Eagles breaking down across half forward. Jackson gets a reasonable bounce. Anderson dispossessed quickly. Throwing the ball. Free kick to the Eagles, and it will be taken by Stephen Jackson at left centre wing. Sumich the target. Couldn't take it. Thompson doing well. Likewise Madden, who had a bit of a G up in the press during the week. Spawn back into the side. He played the last home and away game, Kieran Spawn. Down towards half forward. That was an interesting one. Long started on the bench. He's done okay since he came on. Takes the mark. In front of Darren, or Alan Izard it is. Keane should mark. Looks for the mark. Looks at the umpire. Didn't get any success.
You're right, Pete. He should have taken that mark. Not a lot of pressure there. Only a small player behind him. And then strong hands, Laurie Keane.
He'll do the ruck work with Paul van der Haar. Wins it out. Thompson, best on the ground so far. Gets bundled out of it by Kemp. To his credit, got his kick in. Watson seems to have recovered from that knock, which he got from Johnny Worsfold, and he answered in the best manner possible by booting or getting another goal for Essendon. 13 and a half minutes left in the term. Van der Haar and Keane again doing the ruck work. Van der Haar this time. Turley and Long with Kemp. Long doing better. Then it comes to Lewis. Breaks one tackle. Nearly runs out of bounds. Was he out of bounds? No, says the boundary umpire, but that wasn't long enough for a mark, and Kemp finally gets a kick.
Only as far as Madden, playing superbly. Kransberg hard against the boundary line. Kicks Long inside the 50. Scott over the top. It could be an Essendon 3. No, it's going the other one. A lot of interference in there. Maybe a chain reaction. I don't know who started it, but they were tumbling in all directions. Lockyer's got the ball. Lockyer up from the back pocket towards centre wing. Thompson and Brennan. Brennan did best. Got it on the ground. Found it again. Keane. Well done, big fellow. Keane long towards half forward. Heading in from the side. Couldn't hang on. Chris Danaher with dash. Across half back. Swings it out wide. Spawn takes the mark. He'll be a dangerous customer on these wide expanses at VFL Park. Manning at close quarters to Thompson. Thompson forward at centre. Long bomb. Salmon going back with Scott. Almost the mark. Now a chance for Buick. Well done by Begovic. Slaps it out wide. Mainwaring's got the run of it. Draws a man. Hurried hand pass. Close to the boundary line. It runs out. and will be thrown in.
Begovic did very well in defence there for the Eagles.
Brennan
very
collected.
dangerous. Yes, Brennan in the hands of the trainers. I think he'd be okay. Very solid bump there from Simon Madden.
Meantime, Essendon go forward. Buick an opportunity. 12 metres out. Was pushed in the back, surely. It's a behind. Wow. 2-1 to a behind. 11:33 remaining. Umpire's pretty lenient with that push as the player's in the act of kicking. Must have been close to in the back, but the umpire thought in the side.
Chris Danaher just looking at the stats, 7 possessions so far for the Eagles, doing a great job in defence for them. Simon Madden, as you said, Dennis, playing a brilliant game. Van der Haar, his target. Son of the eyes of the players. Lewis has been shaded so far, having plenty of space across the half-back line. And doesn't deliver the ball as he would have liked. Funny old sort of a kick, but Heady read it well. Takes the mark. Wayne Waring can't play on it. Wasn't a free kick. Brett Heady at left centre wing. Target is Paul Pios. Marks in front of Long, still inside the centre square. And again, being repetitive, the Eagles still breaking down across half forward. Bremen this time.
He'll go close from here. It's a long kick.
He can kick the ball a long way. He'll be kicking from about 60 metres out, but he's a player, one player who would be capable of kicking the distance.
Let's see how he goes. Won't quite get it. Oh, gee, was that touched? It was. They're behind of the Eagles, still to open their account goal-wise. 2 behinds, 2 points. They trailed Essendon by 11 points. Carl Langdon having a stint on the boundary. Danaher again. Chris, 8th possession. Doing some magnificent work in the back pocket. McKenna to Hart. Well ridden down by Michael Long. Guy McKenna, class play from right half forward. Spears the pass in, intended for Lewis, a little bit too low for him. Terry Danaher. All the time in the world to gather that one in. And Simon Madden looks on and chips it out to Greg Anderson, who marks on right half back flank.
Anderson goes for distance, long towards the centre wing. Hart leads back in the race with some time. David Hart towards half forward. He's out in front, knocked away by Keane. Forward go the Eagles. Brennan out wide. Jackson.
It takes far too long, Stephen Jackson. Just strolls back when he's got the ball. He's still probably too far out to make the distance. And yet there he is again, just far too long, making some decision as what he should do. The goal square is now packed with Essendon players.
Madden the first to get back to. Although Keane's down there now. Jackson hoisted very high. That's a pretty good looking kick. They can test about a metre out. Madden got his fist on it. This is Chris Danaher, who's playing very well. He comes away from defence, runs up towards half-back. Poor kick towards centre wing. Pios got an unkind bounce. Over the ball is Manning, penalised for holding it. McKenna to take the free kick on centre wing.
Guy McKenna, with arm heavily bandaged, was under somewhat of a cloud whether he would take his place on the side or not. A player that the Eagles do not want to have sitting on the sidelines. Sunic.
And it's the Bombers by 5 points. Watson out of the centre, long towards half forward. Well played by Scott, got his boot to the ball, sends it back towards the outer side half-back flank. Main Waring hurt in that collision. Anderson with a run of it back to Watson. Watson has the ball, kicks down towards the 50. Kickett did well, courageously knocked it on. Great stuff by Turley though, controlled it well, goes in short. Heady takes the mark. So Heady pushing up the ground at the present time. Main Waring still down. Heady has the ball at half-back. 2-1 to 1-2. Nest of Essendon players around this ball, and the mark is held in front by Thompson. Not a good option by Brett Heady. Bomber Thompson goes looking for Kickett. Well-weighted kick. And Kickett drifting in behind the defender takes the mark. He's about 55 metres out from goal. Salmon down in the goal square, now comes on the lead. Lost his marker, Phil Scott, completely. Got about 10 metres in front of him.
Yes, he just can't afford to do that. Phil Scott far too loose on that occasion. Just gave Paul Salmon 10 metres break.
Look at that eye. Chris Mainwaring. A clash of heads on the outer side.
With Mark Harvey.
Salmon. Tough angle, but a good-looking kick. Third goal on the board for the Bombers.
And the second to Paul Salmon. Essendon 3-1. Back into the centre. It's Essendon by 11 points. As the umpire brings a halt to proceedings, it's going to be an Essendon free kick. Bomber Thompson, best on the ground so far. Well, he's got a couple of mates, Chris Danaher, Salmon and Watson all doing well. Turley sees the ball safely over the boundary line for a throw in on the outer side, just on the attacking side of centre. 5 minutes and 3/4 left in this term. Keane and Madden. Turley. Little short kick. Lewis gets nudged out of it just at the wrong time, or the right time, depending on who you're barracking for. And a hand pass comes back to him from left centre wing. Chris Lewis. Sumic marking in front of Anthony Danaher. Wrong side of the ground for him. But the angle not too great. He would be able to get the distance from there, one would think. And the goal scorer for the Eagles to date is Chris Mainwaring. Got a pretty bad sort of eye at the moment after that collision with Mark Harvey. Sumic's kick drifting right across the face of goal. That's out of bounds on the full. And it'll be a free kick to Essendon to be taken by Terry Danaher. Chris Danaher so far, 9 possessions. And this will be Terry's 6th kick. So the Danaher's doing well. Those two anyway so far. Lockyer, almost. McKenna. Short kick down. Marking contest, none paid. Terry Danaher gets ridden into the ground and umpire Brian Sheehan will bounce the ball 35 metres out from the Eagles' goal. They badly need one here. Isn't it on top in that stat? The 16 players around the ball. The 2 27s contest, Madden and Jackson. It's won by the former, and Terry Danaher sees the ball safely over the boundary line, although a little bit closer to the Eagles' goal. Paul Vanderhaar having a rest, and Essendon on top in that one as well. Lewis actually wins it. Begovic tries to get some space, couldn't find too much. Sumic had to beat 3 of them and did pretty well, and Thompson quite content to let the ball go over the boundary line. Mark Thompson doing well for the Bombers so far. 3 marks in 10 possessions. Has been a particularly good contributor in the opening term.
Just under 4 minutes till quarter time. 3-1 to 1-2. Boundary throw in. Thompson again. 11th possession. Got it to Terry Danaher. Searching hand pass to accommodate the run of Kransberg. He takes it up through half back now. Long kick out wide to the run of Long in turn. Long with Mainwaring. Mainwaring did well and wins a free kick.
That was tremendous play by Chris Mainwaring, putting his body in.
Showing a lot of courage, Mainwaring. This is Lockyer on the wing. Towards half forward. Sumic a long way out from goal. Couldn't hang on. Heady. Hard against the boundary line. Keeps it alive, but only as far as Hamilton. And that should be 50. No 50.
Well, it should have been. No doubt about that. Manhandled after taking the mark. No need for it.
Hamilton. High back towards centre wing. Salmon up the ground. It's tough to outmark. O'Donnell comes away. O'Donnell through centre. Not a particularly good kick. Jackson did well to knock it away from Madden. It falls to Kemp. Hurried kick towards half forward. Storming up the ground is Anthony Danaher. Has it at left half back. Kicks out wide. Spawn takes the mark and can run. Goes over Worsfold. Terry Danaher has it. Kickett is drifting back. Short of Kickett. He comes up now. Has the ball in front of him, Derek Kickett. Quick hand pass to no one in particular. Long, a great tackle on Scott. McKenna bleeding from the nose. Kicks back towards centre wing. Awkward bounce. Thompson. A dozen possessions. Not one of his best, though. Kransberg confronted. Salmon does well. And now Chris Danaher on centre wing.
Chris Danaher seemingly everywhere. Marking contest. Madden will get the free kick. Simon Madden. Good left foot with that trusty left sole. There it is. Instep. A long pinpoint accuracy. Madden's a longer kick than Michael is. He's just a little bit closer. Started on the bench. Long. Fancies himself to get the distance. Didn't quite do it. Picked up by Scott. And a standing start. Terry Danaher in the road. Ball bounces kindly for him. Over to Greg Anderson, seemingly with all the time in the world. Anderson from 65 metres out. Madden at the back has the set and marks. And as they would say, he's on the right side to the left side.
Well, it's been a tremendous quarter by Simon Madden. He's taken 5 marks. A lot of those marks have been taken in defence. We see that again, just out-positioned Phil Scott. He's had 6 kicks already and 3 hand passes. So the needle during the week's obviously done him the world of good.
He doesn't miss too many from this close in, Simon Madden, and he hasn't missed that one. Madden's first goal and Essendon's fourth. The Bombers off to a great start, 4-1 to 1-2.
There's the 2 Essendon big men, both Salmon and, of course, Simon Madden, the player who took that mark and kicked the goal, causing the West Coast plenty of headaches. Their height, Simon Madden taking this mark, but Paul Salmon also very strong in the air, and those 2 players are really causing the Eagles plenty of worries.
Simon Madden, 4 times the best and fairest winner with the Bombers, an inspiration in this opening term. Essendon lead by 17 points. Salmon wins it down. Spawn with dash. Salmon in trouble. Taken by Anderson, who ran the gauntlet between 3 players. Got the kick away. Now it's with Izzard. A high one inside the 50. Scott comes up in front. Buick behind from 40 metres out. And puts it out of bounds on the full in the pocket.
Free to Scott.
We'll come back to Phil Scott. There's the man in front. Pios has the ball. It comes to Scott on the siren. Essendon lead it at quarter time.
The AFL preliminary final, 17 points the difference in favour of Essendon. The Bombers doing much the better in the first quarter. The Eagles will need to lift their game if they're to tackle Collingwood next week. Free kick at the centre circle, and it's going to the West Coast Eagles. It's going to be taken by Heady. A chance to put the Eagles into attack early in the second term. They need some goals. Chris Mainwaring, their only goal scorer so far. Turley. Will it be a costly fumble? Begovic well tackled by Long. That's holding the ball, surely. The advantage well played, and the Bombers carry it on again. Tim Watson in scintillating form in the opening quarter. Buick. Back to Anderson. Tackled by Mainwaring, a little late. Madden! Didn't quite drag it down. Buick. Not Buick, but Izzard does get dragged down. Michael Long slaps it out for Watson. Will he give it to Izzard? No. Has a kick himself. Buick marks just about in the square, and you can put down your glasses already. Another goal to Essendon.
Yes, they're a revitalised side this week, Essendon, after last week's drubbing at the hands of Collingwood, but a critical mistake in the centre of the ground there by Craig Turley, drubbing that sitter, and rebounded very quickly up into the Essendon forward line, with Buick only having a shot from about 12 metres.
8 possessions to Watson so far. Buick comes in, couldn't possibly miss, and he has it. 5-1, 31. Essendon, the West Coast Eagles, 1-2-8 at VFL Park.
And already the signs not looking too good for the West Coast Eagles. The Essendon smaller players well on top. Laurie Keane not doing so well in the centre of the ground, with Paul Salmon now doing the rucking. Tim Watson playing a much better game than last week. And of course Anderson across that centre line, and Long doing well also.
23 points the margin. Back in the middle. Keane wins it down. Well played by Spawn. Initially got a hand in there, but the hand was over the shoulder to knock the ball away from Kemp. So Kemp gets the free kick. Kemp still inside the centre square. Long towards half forward and Keane. Salmon, did he get to his back? Not according to the umpire. The mark to stand. Paul Salmon in the true centre half back position. Squares the ball. Anthony Danaher now, left half back. It's a bit too easy. Danaher kicks through centre towards half forward. Kick it and Worsfold out there. Kemp behind, draws a man. Back to Worsfold, in trouble. Long ran him down. Spawn comes away. Long kick towards the 50-metre line. Hart goes back with courage, almost the mark. Mainwaring, who's fighting hard for the Eagles, boots it towards the outer side. Thompson, unkind bounce. Likewise Lockyer. Transberg gave it away. This is Lewis, twisting and turning, well played. Lockyer, centre wing, back to Lewis. Lewis kicks inside the 50. Dropped down there by Waterman. Hamilton comes away with it. Runners to the near side now for Essendon. Anderson's got the run of it. Confronted by Mainwaring. He hooks it across his body and finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell wants to go. He's on centre wing. Back to Anderson, who wants his left side. As a result, was in trouble. Mainwaring kept it alive. Turley carries it across the boundary line.
Essendon winning the ball easily. Under 22 minutes left in the quarter. And to throw it on centre wing. Salmon having a stint on the ball, loses out to Laurie Keane. But Salmon has the last laugh. A high kick. Travels 20 metres. Pios taken out of it by O'Donnell. Harvey on the boundary line has recovered from that clash with Mainwaring. Madden! Mark of the day!
Yeah, that was a great mark by Simon Madden, but I can't believe there was no free kick to Pios. He was dragged off the ball there.
Yes, must agree, Bernie. Umpire's letting it go. Dean Turner copped one in the back of the neck too. Nothing for that. So letting it go. The operative phrase at the moment.
Simon Madden, yeah, taking marks at both ends of the ground.
Vintage Madden. We're turning back the clock, folks. Nothing for that either on John Worsfold, who has a look at Brian Sheehan.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
And has a few words to Brian Sheehan. So it's a bounce. Madden took off before nominations. Leaves it for Scott. Hurried kick. Anderson and Mainwaring. Two great players. Anderson flips it over the top, straight to Pios, confronted by O'Donnell, picked up by Kickett, farms it out wide. Worsfold, good hip and shoulder on Harvey, who might have given away a free kick. He has. That's in the back, surely. Dean Turner will take it. And then there's a fight on behind play. Kickett and Worsfold, Lewis and Danaher. Terry Danaher, who's come out better. Just off the edge of the centre square. Looks for Gary O'Donnell, finds him, he's played on. Not
He was off.
To the umpire.
He was off, Pete.
So luck going Essendon's way. Fine mark by Izzard. And well inside the area from which he should be able to kick. He's right on 50.
Everything going Essendon's way at the moment. It's just doing things as they like. Beautiful team play from the Essendon side.
Izzard, 49 metres out, goals without any problem. Izzard's first goal, another one to the Bombers, and they're blitzing the Eagles 6-1 to 1-2.
Yeah, it's disappointing for the Eagles so far, and really they've had very little play across their half-forward line. Not much happening across the centre line. A couple of bad mistakes, players dropping marks that they should be taking, and this is letting Essendon in, and you can't make mistakes against a side of this quality.
Essendon by 29 points. Turley in trouble, slapped out of there by Salmon. Spawn goes off the ground. Spawn and Salmon, picked up on the other side by Grenvold. Long kick down towards full forward. Madden's done it again. What an inspiration. Only champions can lift like this. And Simon Madden, quiet last week, cops some flack, is the dominant player in this game.
Yes, he has been brilliant, Simon Madden. Marks at both ends of the ground. Got a bit of confidence at the start of the game as a loose man in defence. And now with Paul Salmon doing the ruck work, Simon Madden virtually taking over at full forward.
15 metres out, directly in front. The Bombers have 7.
One-way traffic at PFL Park, 7-1 to 1-2. 2 goals to Simon Madden, 7-1 to 1-2. The Bombers heading for the grand final. Turley, Sumic, well up the ground. Hand pass that went nowhere. That could be a free kick to Anthony Danaher against Sumic. Might I add, it should have been a free kick. And in fact, it will be taken.
Well, Sumich has been moved to centre-half forward, and Stephen Jackson playing at full forward.
Anthony Danaher. His brother Chris had a brilliant first quarter in the back pocket. Madden, or rather Samet and Keane. Two big guys have really played well. Brennan, hurried hand pass out to Bremen. Now it's Turley's turn. Long rides him into the ground, a little bit too late. Waterman. Hamilton sees the ball safely over the boundary line in the West Coast Eagles' right forward pocket. Only one goal on the board so far. John Northey, Melbourne coach, taking a look at proceedings, wishing what may have been, perhaps.
Planning for Portland.
In Oregon. Well, they might need a lump of Oregon to stop the Bombers. The Eagles at the moment, be the only way they'd do it, I think. They are everywhere. The Essendon players. Sheedy looks as though he's being beaten by 7 goals rather than ahead by the same margin. Salmon gets the front position from Stephen Jackson. Ineffectual ruck work, but there's a push out. It's going to be a free kick to the Bomber Giants. Paul Salmon will take it in the left back pocket. Mick Malthouse has got plenty of worries. And it's hard to see the Eagles getting back into it just at the moment.
Terry Danaher, the oldest man on the ground, turned 33 last month. Now Anderson, back to Terry Danaher, made it awkward for him. Keane in pursuit, right in the back, no doubt about that.
Poor effort there from Laurie Keane.
Danaher to Kransberg, metres in the clear. From centre wing down towards half forward. Madden again the target. McKenna fell over, down went Bremen. McKenna comes back. Great pressure applied by Essendon. And we've got a boundary throw in. Derek Kickett giving a contest there twice. 7-1 to 1-2. The Eagles looking jaded. Madden works his way to the front. Scott does well though. Brennan away from defence. Kicks long towards centre wing. Langdon almost a good mark. Will get the free kick. Now the mark is paid.
Or the free, it didn't matter there. He deserved it anyway. Either way, Carl Langdon.
Langdon long towards half forward. Jackson down there. Appear to be held. Thompson behind though. It's quite a marvellous game. Salmon is at left half back. Plays on by hand. Essendon running everywhere. Izar, defensive side of centre wing. Kicks towards half forward. Harvey almost the one-hander. McKenna in the grasp. Keane too slow. Langdon kicks it long but high, and that favours Salmon. Salmon has it at left half back.
Salmon everywhere. He seems to be. I'm sure most of the West Coast Eagles players would agree with that. Terry Danaher kicks to centre wing. Spawn couldn't take the mark. Might have got a free kick. There was one. The advantage rule has already been played. Anderson at right half forward for the Bombers. Centering kick. Darren Buick caps it down. O'Donnell runs into an open goal and hits the post. Maybe that's the first thing that's gone right for the West Coast Eagles today.
Should have done better, shouldn't he?
Well, he could have run a lot further too. He didn't realise he was 10 metres in the clear. Could have had a bounce and made a certainty of that one.
Under 15 minutes left in the quarter. Another good one for Essendon. Bremen. Towering kick. We spoke about his kicking ability in the first quarter. And Mainwaring, their only goal kicker so far. With 1.5 eyes, it would appear. After their clash with Mark Harvey. David Hart at right half forward flank. Anderson went for Buick but missed him. And the rebounding of Essendon, brilliant today. Thompson. Greenbold with McKenna. Greenbold does it easily. And the Eagles at the forward of the ball here. Worsfold. The cut was ineffective. Watson. Kick it. Well, Scott clean bowled. Salmon. Here's a goal coming up to Harvey. Harvey's first goal, and Essendon streets ahead of the Eagles. They cracked the half century, 8-2 to 1-2.
Well, it's nothing more than a training gallop at the moment for the Bombers. Well on top. West Coast Eagles making plenty of mistakes. Not the side they were last week. Tremendous against Melbourne. Phil Scott completely clean bowled by that one. And Paul Salmon, the player behind, getting the hand pass to Mark Harvey. Very easy goal.
Madden up on the ball now. And Keane, Madden decisively. Grenvold smothered off the boot. Kemp at close quarters. Worsfold in trouble. Kept his head well. Breman to Hart. Hart drives it long through centre wing. The two number 7s go at it. Chris Danaher did well. Here's Derek Kickett, confronted by Sumich. Bad luck for Sumich. It hit his boot. An involuntary action and went out of bounds on the 4.
Nothing going right for the Eagles. Kickett's kick is short. Thompson playing a great game. Michael Long started on the bench but has done everything right since he came onto the ground. So too has Kickett. Two that were referred to start on the sideline by Kevin Sheedy. Pack of players, none can mark it. Umpire says play on. Brennan does just that. Jackson on left centre wing. Well directed kick to Chris Lewis. Lewis on left centre wing. Sumich leads out. Ball dropped a little bit quicker than he thought. He had to take it low down, but he did well.
There's no doubt if they're given space, the West Coast Eagles, they could get back into this match, but the tackling from Essendon has been so good and so consistent in the first half of this match that the Eagles just haven't been allowed to play the game the way they like it, and that is in the open spaces.
Harvey off and Van der Haar back on. Sumich perhaps on his non-preferred side of the ground. Accentuates the angle as he runs in, and consequently gets only one behind.
When he's kicking well, Peter Sumich is probably not a better kick in AFL football, but his action really with that swing out to the left, if he's not kicking it and timing it perfectly, his kicking can really deteriorate quickly.
Anthony Danaher to Thompson around Guy McKenna. Ball sits nicely for Pios. No one to give it to. Heady was pretty well covered, and he's kicked it straight back to Thompson. Disgraceful. It is nothing more than a training go-up. I saw a practice match Essendon played against Fitzroy, and there was more body contact than we're witnessing here this afternoon. The Eagles looking very jaded. Anthony Danaher kicks to centre field. Hamilton tackled by Pios. Back to O'Donnell. Quick kick. Fransburg. Could have raffled it between he and Grenvold. Kemp was what he should have taken. Van der Haar, as I said, just back onto the ground. Might have been Lear-rising just a little bit there. Van der Haar, not a good hand pass. It lets Jackson in. Goes for distance with the kick. Got a lot of height as well. Langdon not interfered with, but no mark either. Socket away by Heady. Back to Laurie Keane. Spiral punt kick covers a good 60 metres. Sumich and Anthony Danaher. Is that a free kick? Chris Danaher breaks clear. Had 9 possessions in the first quarter. Fransburg on left centre wing as the Bombers go forward again.
Fransburg down towards the attacking 50. Salmon the target, fisted away by Scott. Knocked on by Turner cleverly. Worsfold. And now Hart. He's at half back. Oh, very untidy hand pass directly to Anderson. Quick rebound opportunity now for the Bombers. The two men who started on the bench combine. Long gives it to Kickett. Long kick down towards full forward. Kemp over the top. Spawn's got the recovery. Close to the boundary line. Knocked away though by Hart. O'Donnell keeps it alive for the Bombers. In trouble, Van der Haar. Down he went. And the ball spills out of bounds. So we've got a throw in. Just under 10 minutes till half-time. Essendon dominating the air. Turner in trouble. Worsfold likewise. Well played by Van der Haar. Buick to Kickett. This will be a goal. Kickett from 40 metres out.
First goal to Garrett Kickett. The Bombers streaming away. 9-2. 9 goals, 56 players, 15. A one-horse race in the preliminary final. Chris Lewis, towering punt kick to centre half forward for the Eagles. They need one here. Hand pass out to Sumich from Jackson. Terry Danaher. Over the head of Fransburg. It bounced nicely for him, will it? Yes. Ultimately goes for the boundary line. Not too many other options. Madden lopes after it. Waterman beats him to it, but the boundary line too close for him likewise. And a throw in to follow. Under 9 minutes left in the half.
Just over 8 minutes remaining till half time. Madden back over his head. Spawn still with a run of it, taken high, must get a free kick. Advantage is paid. Anderson from about 60 metres out, missed kicks. How will it bounce? It'll run for a goal. The quick reply. The 10th is on the board for the Bombers. They lead 10-2 to 3-3.
Inspired football by the Bombers. And again, winning the ball out of the centre where it's so very important. Bomber Thompson's done a great job today on Chris Lewis. The free kick was paid there. Anderson with space to run into, a long kick, no one in defence, and there it is tumbling through for that goal.
Back in the middle. Just over 6.5 minutes till half-time. Madden indecisively. Mainwaring does well in a tight situation. He's tried very hard, Mainwaring. Long kick intended for Jackson. Chris Danaher leads back in the race. It's out of bounds and will be thrown in.
Probably should have went more direct from that kick, Mainwaring, but the lead was to the pocket. It would have been far better to have gone direct into the goal square, but he did honour the lead at least from Steve Jackson.
Throw in, right full forward. Jackson and Salmon. Jackson, clean possession, snaps. Misses by a long way, out of bounds on the full.
10 possessions, Jackson, Dennis.
Yes, had plenty of the ball in that first quarter. Plenty of it. And kept it for a long time. Anthony Danaher hugs the boundary line with a kick. Salmon. Watson. It's been reasonably quiet. Telling hand pass though. Good shepherd by Spawn. Releases this man Buick. Confronted. Scrambles a kick across to Long. On centre wing. Back to Watson. What will he do? A second bounce. Run down from behind. It was good chase by Turley. The kick comes in short. Madden didn't mark it. Pios. Worsfold. And the Eagles bring it away. This is Turner.
Dean Turner's kick to left centre wing. Oh, is that a free kick? Begovic runs after the ball, but it will be relayed back. And the free kick will be taken on left centre wing by Brett Heady.
In fact, it was Kemp who did the chase that brought Watson down. It was a great effort.
Fine tackle, wasn't it? So Brett Heady at left centre wing with 5 minutes remaining before half-time. If the Eagles can get another couple of goals, be more than handy. Laurie King was the target, couldn't drag it down. That's a free kick going Essendon's way.
Oh, that's a strange one.
And it will be taken by Paul Salmon, who kicks out wide effectively. Danaher tries to run off the ball. That's Terry Danaher. Could have got himself into some trouble. He has all the time in the world to get clear. From the centre circle and kicks well to half forward. The mark taken by Kieran Spawn. Too far out to score. Right half forward flank, about 70 metres from goal. Madden the target, went up one-handed, and then he got back to mark, and Scott nearly pinned likewise with it. Underneath it now, but umpire Brian Sheehan has decided it will be a ball up 40 metres out from the Bomber goal. Under 5 minutes left in the half. Mark Harvey looks on interestedly. Been on and off the ground a couple of times today. 62-27 in the preliminary final. Won by Long to kick it. The two that started on the bench. Good bump by Kemp. Ultimately wins the ball for Brennan. I think touched off the boot. The umpire did say play on. Hart, a good knock away, but it's picked up by Kickett. Relays it to Anderson. Just a little bit too far for him. Mainwaring, good pace. Good tackle by Anderson, who wins the ball himself. Shepherded by Grenville. But a bad hand pass. Good interception by Laurie Keane, and a fine balk by the big fellow. Can he kick a goal?
Oh.
Fine pass will put it down to.
Well, a couple of the best tackles you'd ever see there. The first one by Greg Anderson, and then finished off with Laurie Keane. Very deft for a big man with that balk around his opponent. I think it was Grenville, the player he got around, and good vision as well.
Peter Sumic.
Very hard, 3 minutes to go till half-time. Thompson's in front, slaps it out wide. If the Eagles can get the next goal and maybe restrict Essendon to no more before half-time, it still could be interesting. Begovic crashing through, scrambled out of there around the outer side by O'Donnell, and now with Breeman. Only as far as Kransberg. High kick, close to the boundary line. Brennan did well, reaching over the top of Van der Haar and getting it out of bounds. 10-2 to 5-3. Down to 2:25 remaining in the half. Van der Haar Almost clean possession. Dragged off it. Picked up by Turner. High kick towards centre wing. Keane up very high. Kransberg has played well in this term. Good kick. It had to be. It found Harvey. Little chip pass over the top. Watson flirts with the idea of running on, then holds up. Too far out to score. He'll kick from about 65 metres. Goes short. Anderson. He could score from here. He's kicked 1 goal in this term. The 86 McGarry medalist from right on the 50. Pulls it to the right and misses. Minor score 10-3 to 5-3. 1:30 remaining in the half.
30 points the difference. Quarter time it was 17 points in favour of Essendon. They stretched that a lot more early in this quarter. The Eagles have come back well after being well out of it. Bremen, late replacement for Malesso, can take his place in the side. There's a cloud under this fellow too, or over this fellow, Guy McKenna. Chris Danaher applies the tackle. Brennan to Bremen, who kicks long. Thompson and Lewis. Good tackle by Lewis. Thompson still wins possession, slaps it out. Buick robes it nicely. Kransberg lost his footing at the most inopportune time. Kick it. Measures the hand pass to Long, who gets around Langdon. Salmon from a standing start. Up to half forward. Madden has it punched away. Bremen. Oh, bad hand pass. Izard steadies, shoots, and goals. Alan Izard second. And just what the Eagles didn't want. 11-3 to 5-3. 6 goals the difference.
Oh, that's for sure, Peter. Terrible mistake there by Bremen in defence. Had plenty of time. There's no pressure on him when he was giving that handball. Here's the build up to this goal. As we see, the West Coast Eagles looked all set to take it out of defence. Bremen takes possession. Terrible hand pass meant for Pios over the top. And, well, they just can't afford to make those sort of mistakes if they're going to get back into this match.
Well, it all turned sour, really, as a result of the kick-in. It wasn't a good one. And Heady had given a very good lead to the other side of the ground. This is Buick away from the centre again. Oh, what a mark. What a mark by Paul van der Haar.
Yes, that was Paul van der Haar at his best. He's hurt himself, though. I think he hit his head on the ground. Yes, hit it very heavily on the ground, Paul van der Haar. Threw himself without fear at that mark. Let's have a look at that again from a different angle. That was a fantastic mark, and he's really hurt himself when he hit the surface here at VFL Park or AFL Park. It's much harder than it has been in the last few weeks.
Still VFL now, Bernie, I'm told.
VFL Park, okay, Pete.
You should have told him it was harder before and not after the dive. Game number 201 for Paul van der Haar. What a classic. He's thrilled us so many times, and that was vintage.
I think he's had sorer heads in the past, Dennis.
Incidentally, Bremen off the ground after that mistake, and Waterman back on.
Anderson's got the ball. Van der Haar seems to be okay.
Clock has been stopped. 21 seconds remaining in the half.
Bit of skin off on the shoulder. Three to 5-3. Van der Haar needs a good kick from here. Deserving of a goal. Hoists it very high. That's a bad kick. And Turley takes the mark in the pocket. Craig Turley battling the flu. There's the siren. It's half-time at VFL Park. And Essendon have a commanding lead. It's 11-3-69 to 5-3-30.
Had it pretty well won at half-time with a lead of 36 points, and they went on to win the game by 63 points to qualify for another go at Collingwood next week in the grand final. Izard and Harvey each kicked 3 goals, 2 apiece to Salmon, Madden and van der Haar, and for the Eagles, Jackson kicked 3 and Sumich kicked 2. One report, Dean Turner reported for striking Alan Izard in the first quarter. So a comprehensive victory there to Essendon.